What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to look at why Ruben Amorim was fired by Manchester United, what really happened behind the scenes, and what this decision means for the club's future in one of the most critical moments of its moderator. Before we start, be sure to like, subscribe to the channel, and leave your opinion in the comments, because this topic is dividing the whole issue. And
before Ruben Amorim was sacked by Manchester United, he said something that changed everything. In his final interview, just days before losing his job, Amorim admitted that his project would need time and money.
The manager of Manchester United, not to be the coach, and every department, the scouting department, the sport director needs to do their job. I will do mine for 18 months and then we move on.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. When you appointed David Fletcher as the coach?
Because after that interview, the reaction inside the club was immediate. Board members were furious, fans lost patience, and the media went into full attack mode. So the question is, did Ruben Amorim talk himself out of the job? Let's break down what he said, how the English media reacted, and why this interview may have sealed his fate.
May United decide to sack the manager and restart the game to look for a new head coach. Let me start on something now, in terms of new manager. The interim manager of Manchester United now will be Darren Fletcher. Darren Fletcher, who was and is already part of Manchester United staff, technical staff, he will be now the interim manager of Manchester United. We will see how long is going to be this, but for sure this week is going to be Darren Fletcher. Manchester United internally now will look for the new manager. We will see if that is going to be possible for this moment, so already in January, or appoint someone for the end of the season, prepare the future, rather than having a new permanent manager immediately. So let's see how Manchester United will manage this situation in terms of timing, in terms of conversations. Already tomorrow the press conference will be made by Darren Fletcher, so will be Fletcher in charge of the press conference. But then internally at the club, all people of the club, from Sir Jim Ratcliffe, who will be involved in the decision from the manager, and all the other candidates will discuss names to replace Ruben Amorim for present or future end of the season. So we expect conversations to accelerate very soon. We expect meetings, internal meetings, and then interviews to start very soon in order to decide who is going to be the new head coach. I already saw some rumors in the English media, someone saying that probably Zinedine Zidane could be a candidate. Guys, Zidane is always linked with Manchester United job, but remember what I keep telling you on Zidane. Zidane has a verbal agreement to become the new French national team head coach after the World Cup to replace Didier Deschamps. So in this moment, I'm not aware of any concrete contact with Zidane. I'm sure now we will see many names, many rumors in terms of next Manchester United manager after this Ruben Amorim bomba dropping today. I will keep you posted for sure on what happens. But now, Amorim out, Darren Fletcher, interim manager for Manchester United.
But obviously it's become that challenging internally that they decided to do it very quickly, which was a shock this morning at 10 o'clock when I heard the news.
Yeah, just on the timeline, I mean, the acceleration of this decision seems to stem from this meeting that we talk about on Friday between Jason Wilcox and Amorim. Now, we've been told that United's bosses felt that his response at that meeting was very negative and emotional, and then we saw the post-match comments at Leeds. Do you feel like his position had simply become untenable?
Look, if there was a meeting on Friday morning about the performance against Wolves between the sporting director and the manager, I'd have to been disappointed if there wasn't a meeting after the Wolves performance. I think as a sporting director of a football club or an owner of a football club, you should be entitled to go and speak to a manager when the team have played like they have against Wolves, and basically Wolves have picked up a point at Old Trafford, only the third of the season. It seems to me that in the last week, Ruben Amorim has decided that he basically doesn't feel supported or he doesn't feel happy. He's called it on. He's obviously in press conferences, decided to unleash at times and sort of be emotional and do what he does, which I think has always been honest. He's always done it with integrity. You always felt he was speaking from the heart. We always enjoyed his press conferences. But the reality of it is, when you turn on your bosses, doesn't matter whether you're at a football club or you work in Morrison's.
They just jump from pillar to post. I think it's a knee-jerk reaction. I think the way he handled himself in the press conference forces this. That's what I mean. I think he's done things wrong. It forces this.
Don't you think like he was like almost too honest to a fault?
Well, so what?
Especially in this last period, it felt like it was very telling of a manager who wasn't in line and in sync with everything going on behind the scenes.
Because again, and I've been in this position. You go to clubs and you're sold a dream, right? You're at Naples. You want to get somebody in. You're not going to say to them, "Hey, listen, actually, the things don't really work the right way." When you're selling them a dream, right? Come in here. We're going to give you this. We're going to give you that. We're going to give you this. Okay, no problem. We all know there's a little bit of fluff in there. But what are the core things? And when I listened to that interview, the core things is, yes, we're going to say you're head coach, but you're the manager. You're going to run this place. You're going to be tasked with changing the dressing room, changing the culture, changing the environment, and the types of players we give you. Funny enough, January's come. That's where, in my opinion, the disconnect has kicked in. Disconnect happens. He thinks he wants to go and get certain players. There's talk of Ollie Watkins. He wanted a more experienced striker that knew the Premier League, that could guarantee them goals and let the likes of Šeško to build and do what they need to do. But
that's, by the way, Troy, that's not lightning striking you down. We have got a faulty light at the moment.
No, it's all good.
And I'm surprised we kept him as long as we did. But when you look back at Sir Jim Ratcliffe backing him, and less than a year after that statement, gets rid of him. Now we're in a position where Ratcliffe, and I've said this before, and he got it wrong last time, has to make the right appointment. Darren Fletcher's in charge now. No one knows how long for. Again, I'm a big fan of Darren Fletcher. He's a pal of mine, right? And I speak to him every so often. I'm glad he's got the job. Personally, I think he's going to do great things for United, right? For however long he's got the gig. Might be one game, might be two. But what by that I mean, with the kids, when he was looking after the under-21, his record with the kids was excellent.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, come on.
No. Listen, I'm not saying give him the job full time, but I'm saying I'm glad that he's got it for one game.
What do you make of the news?
Yeah, I mean, listen, a little bit similar to Maresca in that I think what we're seeing now in football is sporting directors now are the most powerful people at football clubs, and if a manager steps out of line, certainly publicly, and criticises the powers that be or the people above them, it's going to have consequences. And listen, I think that's probably the same in sort of most jobs really. So not surprised. Maybe the timing of coming so quickly, because it's not an ideal time, I think, for anybody to change a manager. With so many games coming thick and fast, but I think it just shows now where the game's going in terms of, the sporting directors at Chelsea and Manchester United, and probably other clubs now up and down the country. They're not accepting a manager, certainly, criticising the club or making cryptic comments in public.
Yeah, we do understand things came to a head in a meeting with Director of Football Jason Wilcox when he reacted badly to feedback about his tactics.
So now, the real chaos begins. An interim manager walks into a broken dressing room. The squad resets overnight. Confidence is fragile. And behind the scenes, the rumour machine goes into overdrive. Names start leaking to the press. Experienced managers, short-term fixes, familiar faces sold as safe options. The same cycle, the same script. Just another attempt to calm the storm without fixing the foundations. But here's the real danger no one wants to talk about. If Manchester United do not change the structure of the club, the next manager will fail, and the one after him will fail too. Different ideas, different personalities, different systems, same ending. Because this problem goes beyond the man on the touchline. It lives in recruitment, in decision-making, in panic-driven leadership, and in a club that reacts instead of planning. Sacking Ruben Amorim is not the solution, it's a symptom. Manchester United are stuck in a loop of impatience, fear, and confusion. A club once built on vision and authority is now driven by pressure and short-term thinking. Until there is a real commitment to a long-term project, until a manager is fully backed through difficult moments, and until recruitment is fixed from top to bottom, nothing will truly change. Different name, same problems. Now it's your turn. Was sacking Ruben Amorim the right call? Or did Manchester United just repeat the same mistake again? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, hit like and subscribe for more Manchester United content. Because at this club, the drama never stops.